forest workshop maybe 10 years ago. She did a food forest workshop and a nutrient-dense food workshop. And so I set it up to a formula where there were 50% of the area was in food-producing trees, and the rest were nitrogen fixing and ground covers, things like comfrey, pumpkins. So she gave us data to show us what the mature size of various trees would be, fruit trees, and so then we fitted those into what area we had. So I decided to make it, I think it's 30 metres by 30 metres, and it was just a paddock. So I fenced it off and started planting. I've had triumphs and disasters. The disasters were behind here are the apricots. There's 2 of them here, and we've had maybe 6 fruit off them, and they grow prolifically, but they don't fruit. So I don't think we're cold enough in the winter. The apples mainly got from tree crops, and then when they had grafting workshops I would get more that I grafted myself. So a lot of them are heritage varieties that they're not really sweet like modern apples. Now we would call them cooking apples, but if you're used to them, they're really nice. They have a lovely appley flavour, but they're not overly sweet. They're reasonably pest resistant. The peaches have not been a great success. They get a lot of mildew. The seedlings that come up seem to be better. If they grow from a seed, then they will be more hardy. You can see Tagasasti as you go through here, and you'll see what I mean. I've let them get too high. I hack away at them, but they cause too much shade, and they're a nightmare to try and process. I bring them down and just cut them up into small bits and just chop and drop. Sambuca, there's 2. Do not get the suckering one. Beware. I've got it. I planted both, and the suckering one comes up quite a long way away from the mother plant. So in the end, I had to take to it with Tordon to stop it. It was just taking over it was going rampant. The other one, it doesn't sucker, and so the little fences you see were designed to keep the runner ducks in, and that was part of the food forest nutrient fertiliser. Is having in the book they talked about guinea pigs, but that was a step too far for me, so I went with the runner ducks. Here's the white sapote, and it's never fruited, and so I think it's because it's on its own, it needs a pollinator, but I haven't even seen flowers on it, so maybe it's alright. But this is the cherimoya, and it must be 5 years, and this is the first year where we've had fruit. And so last winter I thought we were selling, and so I thought I'd better tidy it up, because it was sort of very weepy and I didn't know how to manage it, so I just hacked it right back, and suddenly it's covered in fruit. So I have a feeling that giving it a thrashing is a good thing, and you can see the size of the fruit on it. And so then I had to try and figure out, I was asking, when do you eat them? When do you harvest them? Because they look ready now, but I think they're going to get bigger and bigger. The what?
Mine are sort of late winter, early spring sort of snow, yeah.
Yeah, so these
they'll get a lot bigger than that, yeah.
Yeah, they'll get really big. So that's the difference. That will. There's discussion about whether you hand pollinate them or leave them. I thought I would hand pollinate them, but when I came out to do it, I gave up at I mean, there's these tiny little flowers, and so I just left it. And it's been pollinated by something, not bees, but beetles or flying insects, something. Flies, maybe. Yeah.
Have you not got your bees now?
No, the bees, I had a really hard job keeping them alive. I think I'm surrounded by orchards that spray, and so the bees would get weaker and weaker through the season, and then the wasps would come and take them out. So yeah, I tried for maybe 10 years, but yeah, when I had a 50% loss of hives, because I only had 2 hives and one would be killed, and so in the end I gave up. Yeah. Any other questions?
I got around 60 fruit this year.
Another nitrogen fixer.
What did you say?
It's a raisin tree.
Ah,
So this is, you'll see them, if you're looking for nitrogen fixers, raisin trees come into the conversation. And so this is what they can do. I think you could manage them, but this is our southwest corner for the food forest, so I wanted something that would lift the southwest wind up and over and create a microclimate in here. So the bees love the raisin tree when it's flowering. It just roars with the bees coming from everywhere. The other thing here is I just hack it off with my electric hedge trimmer. It keeps coming back every year. I've got it all through here. There's blueberries here, and so it's quite good because it'll come up around the blueberries and sort of camouflage them a bit from the birds. Yeah, so ground covering is really important in a food forest, otherwise you've got to weed it, mow it, do something. So if you can plant something like pumpkins, melons, sage, whatever, herbs, that will reduce. So I just mow this path, and every now and again I'll go in there and slash everything down and just chop and drop. Yeah. So you've got persimmon here. The birds think I planted it for them. I can't build a thing big enough for it now. There's all different plums. There's prune plums, green gauge, plus the normal ones, the black doris, satsuma. I'd like to take the apricots out, but that's a major. This is one of the apricots here, so it's quite a big job once they get that big to take them out. Real spiky things, so they don't grow nice and straight. So it's really difficult to put them through a mulcher. So be really thoughtful about managing olives if you grow them. I mean, I've got up and hacked off whole branches, and they just grow back really fast. So, and the fruit, it has a lot of fruit, but then you've got to harvest it. So that's another thing you need to consider. Talk to people, how do you harvest them, what's needed. They put tarpaulins down, shake the trees.